everybody, Steve here, KM9G. Today I'm gonna do something very different. I guess you guys are used to seeing me do things different on this channel, so let's do something that's different than different, which still isn't normal. I'm gonna make a 4.5 ton antenna. I'm gonna take the Coffee and Ham Radio's Poseidon antenna. I'm gonna take this big old truck and turn it into a ground plane. Because why not? In order to make this happen, I'm gonna need a whole bunch of adapters. And I'm gonna use the antenna stud on the front of the truck. This is where my 2 70 centimeter antenna normally goes. And why not try something different? For today, we're not even gonna use the counterpoise. It's just gonna be hanging in the breeze and we'll see what happens. Maybe I should try driving it like this. If you guys know what the Coffee and Ham Radio's Poseidon antenna is, you know it's gonna need some height. So I'm gonna take my DX Commander Expedition mast and attach it to the back end of the truck. The antenna is going to go over the cab. My truck has one of these handles to help you get up on the steps, and so that's how we're going to get the DX Commander mast mounted. I'm going to zip tie it to the handle. Mast, zip ties, the handy ham's secret weapon. All set. At the end of my mast, I placed a fishing hook, and I'll just use a little S-beaner to attach to that hook. I'm going to leave the first two sections of the mast collapsed. I can probably even get away with 3 since it's on the tailgate. And it's going to leave a bunch of the bottom sections collapsed as well. I like this idea. I'm going to have to do this more often. I think I could drive like that. Today I've brought along my really simple battery box. This is a 100 amp hour battery with power poles and USB ports on it. I've got a video on how to make a really simple battery box. I'll link it up at the top for you. So the reason why I'm using the truck here as the antenna mount is because there's a lot of sand here. It's a national park. I don't want to disturb anything. And even if I did, I couldn't get anything stuck down deep enough into the ground to really matter. But the truck already has coax in it. So we're going to get the coax taken care of by just letting the coax that's already in the truck, routed through the firewall, be the coax for our radio. Can I say coax any more times? I think I can. Coax, coax, coax. And then today we're gonna be working with the Yaesu FT100D. It's a nice classic radio, and I like playing with old radios just as much as I like playing with new radios. And if you like watching somebody do weird things with antennas and cars in parks, this is the channel for you. Be sure you're subscribed. Seriously, folks, setting up for Parks on the Air is a good way to practice your emergency communications, your preparedness, and your readiness skills. Get out there, operate, enjoy the park, go for a hike. What's not to like? So in my case, I don't actually even know all the ins and outs of operating this radio, but I know enough radio in order to make this work and make this activation happen. So what better way to become accustomed with the way a radio works than to get out and do something with the radio? Find an open frequency, and we will make sure it's clear, and we will start working. See, there's probably a way to tune this thing faster. There's a step button. There's 25. That's a little faster. There we go. See, learning something new. It's the SSTV frequency. That's usually what I like to use as the bottom of the band. Anything above that and the top of the band is fair game. There we go. We found a Parks on the Air station. Let's move up a couple and make our tuner run. Tuned. Is the frequency in use? Is the frequency in use? Kilo, Mike 9, Golf.
Kilo, Lima 7, Mike Romeo.
Kilo, Lima 7, Mike Romeo. I'm checking to see if the frequency is in use. Is this yours?
Say again, I got a lot of QSB here. Say again.
I was checking to see if the frequency was in use. Were you coming back to tell me that it was in use?
No, sir. I thought you were calling CQ for the contest. I was just going to give you a contact. KL7MR. Frequency, I believe, is clear.
KL7MR. I'll give you a 5.9. I'm not in the contest, but I'm doing a Parks on the Air activation.
Oh, yeah, outstanding, outstanding. I got you 3.5, say again, 3.5. What's your park and your QTH, sir?
The park is US 0970, White Sands National Park in New Mexico, and my QTH is Livingston, Texas.
Ah, fine business. Good signal, good signal. Good luck during your activation. I hope you guys make a ton of contacts.
All right, great. Thank you very much for the contact, 73. That was easy. See, there is a reason to clear the frequency. CQ POTA, CQ POTA, CQ Parks on the Air, CQ POTA. This is Kilo, Mike 9, Golf, KM9G, doing Parks on the Air at White Sands National Park, QRZ. So I'm going to change over to 17 meters because 20 meters was pretty crowded with contesters. Quick tune. Back to upper sideband.
November Hotel 6 Zulu, QRZ POTA.
Park to park, park to park.
Park to park, go please.
This is Kilo Mike 9 Golf KM9G from US 0970, White Sands National Park in New Mexico.
All right, I got Kilo Mike 9 Golf from US 0970. You're about a 5x3, a 53 here into the Saisla National Forest, which is US TAC 4384 QSL.
QSL on the 4384. I'll give you a 5.9 in return. Thank you for the contact.
Thank you so much for the QSO, and good luck with all of your activation today. This is November Hotel 6 Zulu, QRZ Photo.
All right. Park to park's easy. We'll just do some hunting.
CQ Parks on the air. CQ Parks on the air. This is Kilo 7, Oscar Delta Romeo.
Park to park.
Go ahead, Park to park.
This is Kilo Mike 9 Golf. My park number is 0970, White Sands National Park in New Mexico. I got you 5.9.
Kilo Mike 9 Golf. Got you 5.5.
All right, copy the 5.5. What's your park number, please?
US 6008. Great YouTube channel, by the way.
All right, great. Thank you very much for that. I got US 6008. Thank you for the contact.
Likewise, and 73.
I don't know if you guys can hear that clicking or not. But see, noise blanker gets rid of that. And that clicking is coming from that truck. The red one. See how it sped up a bit as they accelerated? And then as soon as they're gone, see how it's going away? It ain't my truck. I don't even have the engine on.
Kilo 7, Oscar Delta Romeo.
Is the frequency in use? Kilo Mike 9 Golf. CQ POTA, CQ POTA, CQ Parks on the air, CQ POTA. This is Kilo Mike 9 Golf calling CQ Parks on the air from US 0970, Kilo Mike 9 Golf, QRZ. The 4.5 ton antenna did well. I got the car antenna on the car and we made a little over 25 contacts. Didn't take long at all. The tuner tuned it up just fine, and that is how we get this thing done. Mounted right on the stud on the hood. The counterpoise is not connected at all because I'm using the metal of the truck as a inductively coupled counterpoise, and I've got a wire going up on top of the mast there, and then we've got the mast strapped into the back of the truck. No coax necessary. This might be my new go-to setup. I'm digging it. Get to sit in a comfy chair, and I could even run the air if I wanted to. Hot or cold, depending on where I'm at. Show up, put the mast up in the back of the truck, put the antenna on the stud on the front of the truck, turn on the radio and get after it. I like it. If you're interested in getting your own Coffee and Ham Radio's Poseidon antenna, it is a 25-foot vertical. It has a 4-to-1 attached to it, and it is available at coffeeandhamradios.com. And now we're back at the RV park, and I'm gonna do some lazy recharging. It's a 100-watt solar panel with the Victron MPPT charge controller, and can't beat free energy. So earlier I was talking about practicing and getting out and getting on the air and getting everything set up and learning what you're doing and all that kind of jazz. The reason why I brought that up is because I came to this park about a year ago and I could not get it activated. I didn't bring the right antenna. I didn't bring the right equipment. I didn't bring the right knowledge. This year I brought it, and I brought it. We got this park on the air. And now is the time when we say 73 and take everything down and get back on the road and see what kind of fun we can have next. There is a video right over here I think you'll enjoy next. Thanks for being awesome. I'll see you over there.